It's. I think when a film releases, when you complete a film, you're always nervous, even if. But as a production, as a producer, you you do feel different in a very different way because it is your product. So everything that you've designed and done has been a result of your decisions. And yes, that is a little. It's a little frightening sometimes, but it's also very exciting, and it's something that I feel very positive about. I think I've been fortunate enough to work in a few very good productions. I've noticed actually that my only successes really in cinema have been with what we call established and big banners. So that's obviously got a lot to do more than just the script and the director. There's a way of making films. So I think we've learned a lot of things from people around us, from production houses like Yash Raj and Dharma. And I'm fortunate enough also to have a lot of friends, I think, in the industry. Not just colleagues who are producers, but also producers like, Karan Johar, for example, who I believe, or Farhan Akhtar, who would be happy to help and advise me on many things. I haven't actually called anyone to ask for help because I think that the team that we have right now, we've tried our best. I'm not saying that we have all the answers. Everything is a learning process, but I think we managed to make a film somehow. My interest really is not so much in production, but it's a couple of things. I think after working for 18 years, you feel that it would be nice to own a little bit of what you're working for, to work a little bit more for yourself, to be creatively a little more involved. And it's okay to have opinions as actors. Everybody's got feelings and opinions for their films, but when your own money is involved, or when it's your production, then those inputs mean something else. So that level of involvement is something that I want to learn a little more about the business that has given me so much. So that is the reason. And before now, I think the market was also very different. The atmosphere in films was very different, and I was not ready in any means. And today I do feel more ready. I mean, most people have in-house productions. Most heroes, most director producers are in-house. So there are not so many independent producers left also, really, to work with. So anyone who can is doing this. Well, it's not really a mystery. It's just that I think at the moment it's not been kept as a surprise or something like that. It is a nice surprise in the film, but I think the reason she's not here is because we felt the main focus of the movie is Deepika and myself in terms of characters. And the other character is a wonderful character, and it's a lovely surprise in the film. But it's not something that we've dramatically kept away from you. Well, how and why? I think one always, when you hear a script and you get a vibe from somebody, you hear a script and you get a vibe from somebody, and you decide a lot of these decisions. A famous actor once said that the clever thing an actor does is not acting. It's the listening he does in the drawing room, the choosing of the script, and deciding which film to make is the most important thing. So when Imtiaz narrated the subject to me, I knew that this would be the right film that we should start with. It's very difficult to compare. I think the experience of love is the same, and a lot of love stories, at least cinematic love stories and real life love stories, have certain obstacles, and those obstacles can change. I mean, in today's time it could be career, it could be distance, it could be all kinds of things, and in our parents' time it could be something else. So the process of falling in love sometimes is different depending on the era, but the feeling is the same. And that is pretty much also what the film is about. It is not, I mean, the 60s portion, as you say, is a part of the film, within the film. It's a story within the story. It's not the main story, and it's not really a comparison. You have to see the film really to understand what I'm talking about. But does that answer your question? I don't think there's that much difference. I mean, people say it's simpler. No, it's not really. Yeah, it's not really a double role as such. Okay, I mean, the story is primarily about a guy called Jay who doesn't believe in love. he thinks Romeo and Juliet and Heer Ranjha are just these filmy stories and like these books about romance that have ruined our lives because they make people think that this is the way love should be, whereas actually we should be a little more practical. If you are working in America and your girlfriend is working in India, maybe you should break up because this long distance relationship will just be a pain. It'll be like, and why be like that? Why not be slightly different and just be friends and don't have a relationship like this, and let's see what happens in life and follow your work, follow your head, don't always follow your heart. So he doesn't believe in love, but he comes across this person who tells him a story of how he used to be when he was younger. And that is a role which I'm also playing.
It's quite confusing, don't you think?
Well, I hope
It's
I'm
a
not
little-
confusing
No,
you.
is it-
But when you
no,
see
it
the
is-
film, it's very clear.
To watch more, log on to www.erosentertainment.com.